Monsters University. Now, Monsters University is brought to us by Disney Pixar. If you know anything about Pixar, you would know they have an absolutely amazing track record. From 1995 to 2010, all of the movies were good. Of course, some were better than others, but each of them was special in its own right. In 2011, however, they released Cars 2, and while I didn't think that was a bad movie, it definitely wasn't up to the same standard that Pixar had set. They got a little back on track with Brave last year, but still not hitting the same mark they once were. I was pretty excited to see Monsters University because, of course, Pixar had made so many good movies in the past and I love Monsters Inc., but at the same time I was nervous going into this movie because of the recent efforts of Pixar have not been as strong. So, how was Monsters University? This is a very enjoyable, funny movie, but definitely not Pixar's best. Is it as good as Monsters Inc.? No, but it is still very good and is certainly much better than Cars 2 or Brave. The story of this movie takes place when Mike and Sully had to go to college where they get to before they were today in Monsters Inc. Both characters want to become scarers and have very different approaches to achieving their goals. Mike is sort of a bookworm and studies really hard to make good grades on all the tests, while Sully is a legacy child and scaring just comes naturally to him. He doesn't really try in class, doesn't make very good grades. These two become heated rivals, but because of sooner events that I will not explain because of avoiding spoilers, they are forced to work together and join a fraternity called Uzma Kappa in order to win these things called the Scare Games if they want to stay in school. It's a pretty cliched plot, but it does have enough twists and turns to make it original enough. That is something I really liked about this movie. You constantly are predicting where the movie's headed and where it's going to go, but it definitely throws some curveballs you weren't expecting and surprised me quite a few times. The voice acting in this movie is great. John Goodman and Billy Crystal reprise their roles, and it feels like they were never gone. Steve Buscemi returns as Randall, and I really enjoyed how they mixed his character into the plot, but he is a little bit underused. New cast members such as Helen Mirren, Charlie Day, John Krasinski, and Alfred Molina, among many others, do a great job in their roles, and the new side characters in this movie are welcome additions to the Monsters universe, and so many of them are extremely funny. They also do a great job of giving each of those characters a moment to shine, and none of them really feel like they're left in the dust. Pixar does try a little too hard to shoehorn pretty much every possible connection to Monsters Inc. with so many characters that were in the old movies. It does feel a little bit forced, but it is still funny and nice to see those characters return. The movie is also just really funny in general. If you've been to college or around college students or even in high school, there are quite a few jokes that they're just to make you laugh out loud, which is really great, and I love that they did that. The movie does unfortunately run a little bit longer than it probably should, but does pull those extra scenes out that probably could have been cut out really well, and definitely there's a little bit of emotional connection, not as much as some Pixar movies, but definitely it does get you a little bit emotional at the end. Kind of wish it was a little bit more, but still pretty good. Now, overall, I really enjoyed Monsters University, and it's definitely a welcome addition to the Pixar canon, if not the greatest. It's a welcome prequel to Monsters Inc., and I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed my movie review. Please subscribe and check out my other videos. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.